Welcome, my name is Brad McCauley. I will be your instructor for interpersonal communication this semester. George Bernard Shaw once said the single biggest problem in communication is the illusion that has taken place. This is especially true with interpersonal communication, where we think we're communicating with people that are important in our lives, but we're missing. And that missing leads to problems throughout our life. Thus, the importance of understanding interpersonal communication. What I want to do in this couple minutes here that I'm going to be talking to you, has an introduction, has a welcome, is go over what interpersonal communication is, what my goal is through the course, and finally, how you contribute to your success of understanding interpersonal communication. What is interpersonal communication? We can go to the dictionary and we can find that interpersonal communication is an exchange of information between two or more people. It is also an area of research that seeks to understand how humans use verbal and nonverbal cues to accomplish a number of personal and relational goals. Kind of a mouthful, but let's instead break away from this definition and look at how interpersonal communication impacts us. Interpersonal communication is everything that allows us to create, build, and maintain relationships. It is how we understand other people. It's understand our role in our society and within our community. And it is how we expand our lives to encompass and incorporate new people that we encounter. Interpersonal communication is impactful in each of our lives. My goal in the course is that you should have a successful form of interpersonal communication that allows you to enrich your relationships, your interactions, and your life. If you are successful at communication, things are much easier. If you struggle with communication, you find that there are barriers and problems in your career, in academics, and in relationships. So I want to allow you to create your own form of interpersonal communication. What is in the book and what I tell you is information for you to build from. You craft your own style. It truly does depend upon you. In this class, my goal is to give you what is called a fusion of horizons. And what this means is we're taking your knowledge and we're increasing it so you see more. But seeing more is not enough. Instead, to have a true fusion of horizons, you start communicating with other people that have different views. And through these different views, we can begin to understand interpersonal communication, culture, we can understand gender identity, we can understand romance and family relationships. It is by creating these extra bonds that we actually get to encompass the entire perspective that allows us to understand interpersonal communication. So I am absolutely going to at times say, I don't agree with the textbook on this. And there are going to be other times, yes, the textbook is right. And I ask you to do the same for me. You don't have to agree with everything I put in front of you and everything I tell you. Instead, you can take what information from the textbook helps you, what information from me helps you, and what information from other sources help you. Because it's your life, and this is a part of crafting your interaction with your world. So you need to have, in the discussion boards, contribute. I don't ask for a lot on the discussion boards. All I'm asking for you to do is give a complete thought. With a complete thought, then also interact with your fellow students to get that other perspectives. And through this, we will listen with empathy and we will be willing to change. And change is absolutely a vulnerability, because if we change, we might have to admit, I didn't think of that, or I was wrong. So truly, crafting this is going to depend upon you. What I wanted to talk about in these 5 minutes was, what is interpersonal communication? How my goal is to help you craft your own. Because, at the end of this course, you will have a grade. But that's not going to be the grade that counts. No, with interpersonal communication, the grade that counts is getting along with work, interacting with family and friends, and understanding the scope of communication to make your life better. That's the true grade of interpersonal communication. And for you to truly get the most out of this course, interact. I don't ever jump on the discussion board and say who's right or wrong. Instead, what I do is I monitor the discussion boards and I listen and I learn from you as well. So absolutely contribute, put information, put time in, watch the lectures, and interact with your fellow students. Martin Buber, who was a philosopher who really discussed the importance of communication and of taking perspective of others, empowering others as we empower ourselves, once said, all actual life is an encounter. Those are our memories, our encounters, our interactions, our interpersonal relationships.